We're doing Cyberpunk as the theme.
Oh yeah, brother. I'm ready to get my Cyberpunk on.
Spicer's got a nice sphere going on here.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to go.
I like it.
Are we starting?
So the theme is Cyberpunk, yeah?
Yeah.
Theme is Cyberpunk.
Let's look up some Cyberpunk reference.
Let me see here. All right.
I'm gonna go 2077. I hear that's a good year for Cyberpunk. I hear it's a good vintage.
Hey Eric, press that hide button.
I don't want get some reference.
Oh, let's
long
go
are we gonna do this for?
For 8 hours.
8 hours.
It's a marathon.
Yeah. A marathon.
It's like Western working hours, dude.
Yeah. You deserve it.
What are your working hours?
Oh, we work for 16 hours here, though.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Welcome everybody to the stream. It's been a very, very, very long time, and I appreciate you waiting. I appreciate all the subscribers that have stuck with us, stuck with me. Hopefully you enjoy the stream. If you want to watch everybody, go see it at XMD. Michael Dunham's streaming everybody and is kind of hosting the show right now. So yeah, welcome back. We're going to be doing a Cyberpunk speed sculpt. If you have something that you want to throw out, put it in the chat. I am reading the chat. So if you got any ideas for Cyberpunk 2077 sculpt, or any of that stuff, I'm pretty much just gonna sculpt a bust, probably like some jacket collars and up. Robert Foster in the house. Thank you for being here, brother. Make sure to join us over on Twitch, if you would, please. Or DLive or any of the other places that you find useful or comfortable. But I'm going to go back to the group, and if you have any questions, you want to say anything, you want to shout out to anybody in the stream, definitely do it.
I was actually working on a custom brush just a second ago.
And most of these are just insert meshes that I did. Did you know that if you have UV'd objects, you can actually create an insert multi-mesh out of already UV'd objects?
That's Ad. He's a Unreal,
Yes,
like a concept artist, like from concept art to playable character. That's what he is.
Button turned on. It's really awesome. I use that a lot.
That's
especially for creating little mechanical things that I already have pre-made shapes for.
You kiss your mother with that mouth?
He's a criminal. He doesn't kiss his mother.
Wow.
Kiss your mother with it.
Ooh, my God.
Alright, Anna Kett said the audio is low. How do I turn it up?
Your audio sounds good to me. So
Yeah, but out to the stream, it's usually different.
The video capture device.
Peking, thanks for watching. Peking 235, appreciate you. Robert Foster, please do me. No, Robert, I'm not gonna do you. You don't deserve it. I'm gonna use this guy as a reference.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use Pure Ref.
For you guys, right?
your volume hasn't changed.
I'm gonna use Pure Ref and just save this image. Big ups to the creators of Cyberpunk. I cannot wait for this game. Cannot wait for it. Let's go with XMD. Let's go with Speed Sculpt. I'm sure there's going to be many more of these. And let's go with Cyberpunk. We're going to go with Rough 01 because we're going to grab a few things. Robert, first off, you know that whenever people start looking at you, they get really distracted because of how beautiful you are. And we're trying to have people focus on the show. Okay, so if I'm sculpting some statuesque supermodel GQ plus looking guy, they're going to be like, they're not going to be paying attention to what I really want them to be paying attention to. Right? All right. So looks like we're going to have to grab this image using Snip and Sketch. Snip and Sketch. You shall not defeat me, Internet. Let's see. Am I muted over there? Am I not? Yes, I am. I'm going to go back to the other show. For right now, I'm just going to be gathering my reference. If you have any reference or anything that you want to see, definitely put it down in the chat. I'm always up for suggestions.
What you got going on here?
Well, I will be finishing this concept. And then I'm going to start modeling it.
What you got going on, Eric?
Just blocking out the head.
Ask me what I'm doing.
I dropped.
Ask me what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
I'm just looking up reference.
It's my favorite.
I'm just looking up references. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, getting my Cyberpunk seed board. Yeah, getting a mood board together, putting in pure ref. We're gonna go in a certain direction. I don't know. We're waiting on the chat to see if they got any suggestions. Always open. And drinking coffee, no cream, no sugar.
Drinking coffee. So, anybody else drinking
Yeah.
coffee?
Well, I'm drinking sludge.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
because
you
coffee on the stove.
overcooked yours.
Is it all like burnt?
It's really dark and it's really fucking weird. Oh shit! Okay. No, sorry about that.
Watch your fucking mouth.
Careful with the language.
My bad.
It has a nice smoky taste to it though, so like I like that.
Oh yeah, you like smoky?
Yeah, it's kind of smoky.
It tastes like burnt asshole. What was it called? Smoky.
Yeah.
Hey man! Oh my god! It's like kissing myself.
All right, earthy and sweet.
I want to have that burnt asshole flavor.
Wow.
I'll make a course on that.
All right, Spicer, come on.
I am. Look, I'm trying to get these, these digital scars down. All right, or if I'm gonna go with a straight piano. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna go for. All right.
I don't know. I guess we'll see what
Right.
genius idea I can come up with.
Right. This has a lot of people in it.
Trying to figure out the design, like the design language on this guy.
So what have you been working on, Michael?
Getting those courses going.
Oh, what courses are you talking about?
I will tell you a little bit about that. Let me pull up my screen here for a second.
Oh,
So, let's see here. Let me turn on that one. Turn on this one.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you aren't aware, XMD Academy is starting its next term.
oh, I like that red one.
Yeah. This is Adrian's course right here. I'll just look right in here. Etiquette, yes, we're doing Cyberpunk theme.
Okay. Cyberpunk.
Oh man, I just love concepting. It's just you can go so many ways with this. It's incredible. I could be sitting here redrawing this guy's back for days, and I would still not be out of ideas.
You know something. You should tell everyone like what they could actually do to find out more about like concepting like you like.
Oh, well, they could definitely try to get and buy my course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talk a lot. Like I get into some design details there, which is really nice, and it's probably some knowledge that some people might find useful. I'm definitely very passionate about what I do, and I try to always find like the core out of everything that I learn, so I can package all my knowledge into little snippets of wisdom. Yeah.
Let's see. So Aniket said audio's still low on YouTube. I turned it
Audio's
up.
slow. Did you turn it up in your Streamlabs?
Yeah, I turned up the audio output.
What about the input, your microphone? You try to turn both of those up.
It says I'm good, but y'all are low.
So what are you trying to do, man? You're trying to...
Oh, that means that you need to turn up the desktop audio. So you need to turn both of those up.
I don't have a thing for desktop audio.
Alrighty, here we go. Who knows what the fuck's gonna happen? But we're gonna do it.
You should have two, like, if you look at my screen, Michael, 1 second. So if you look at my screen, if you have Streamlabs, you should have two sliders, yeah? One for your mic and one for desktop audio.
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see desktop audio one. How do I do desktop audio, Spicer? You should know this.
Actually,
what's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining the stream. Suhail, thank you very much. Kenneth, thank you very much. Robert Foster, you know, I love you. What's up, Spicer? What's up, y'all? Robert Zambier, thank you for joining. Kenneth Petrie, aren't the designs close to Ghost in the Shell too? Yeah, definitely using that. Emmanuel De Silva, motherfucker. What's up, brother? Thanks for being here. Make sure to go follow Emmanuel De Silva. He's a really, really great artist. He's working, he works off and on different personal projects, but they're always entertaining. So make sure to go check him out. Kenneth Petrie, make sure to follow him. Really great animator, really great character artist, up and coming, recent graduate. So if you're looking for someone on the cheap, make sure to call Kenneth Petrie. Maybe not too cheap. All right, we're talking like $50,000 a day, cheap. Okay, but yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for being on the chat. Thank you for joining us. If you want to sculpt along, please do so. Please join. All right. If you want to follow me anywhere, you got those ticks up in the top left. And yeah, we're going to get to it, brothers and sisters. If there's anything wrong with the audio, please let me know. All right, I'm back.
welcome back, brother.
What up?
Welcome.
Did you bring up anything good?
Welcome back.
He said it's much better now. I did it on my actual computer audio.
Oh yeah, didn't work out.
Now y'all are really loud to me, but as long as other people can hear it.
Oh yeah.
That's good. That's good.
So
I don't understand why I can't type in the chat.
You're talking about the Hangout chat?
No, on Streamlabs, whenever it says sign in to chat.
Oh
if
yeah,
I
that
click
doesn't.
that, it won't work.
Yeah, that doesn't really work all the time there.
And
You're
then
just gonna have to.
well, if I do it in the Restream chat, if I type in something, it just goes away.
So Restream doesn't work, and
is it the app or is it the web?
I think it's both.
Well, because the web is working for me. I'm getting my stuff in.
So on the Restream IO?
Yeah, on the browser version, I'm getting that. What's going on, Jap Chief? Hi, Spicer. What is up today? Not much. About to kick some ass in some Cyberpunk action. Make sure to join us. Make sure to sculpt along. Listening to music, I would share it, but then it's just going to get us knocked out. But if you want to listen to the same music I am, get Magic Sword's entire music library and shuffle that shit. All right? But, yeah, thank you for being here. I appreciate all the diehards. You're the best. All right? Tip of the coffee cup to each one of you. Thank you. I love you. I love y'all. Alrighty, I'm gonna get back to the group.
Implants.
All right, I'm back.
So I was thinking that I would do kind of like an Oni implanted, girl who's kind of like an enforcer or something, who might be half Asian.
Sounds good.
She enforces that you pay your bar tab.
Oh man, I should probably do that as well. Have a bar.
To have a bar tab?
Yeah, have a bar tab. They didn't have change. I'm like, okay.
What's up, Fernando's21? Thank you very much for coming back. I greatly appreciate you. How you doing?
All right, so Spicer,
Yes, sir.
I hear you have a course or something. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's at the XMD Academy. The got 100% approval rating on the course. All right, everybody loved it. Under promise, over deliver. That's what we do. Under promise, over deliver. Under promise, over deliver. Every single time. All right. So we're teaching character creation for collectibles over at the XMD Academy, and it's got a whole lot of anatomy, a whole lot of ZBrush, a lot of foundational things that that I see most people kind of lacking whenever they're first starting out. This is definitely geared towards, beginner to intermediate. If you know how to use a program of ZBrush, then it's definitely for you. Definitely a perfect time to get it and start learning, because it's going to set you on a really, for me, I think it's a good foundation for the rest of your sculpting career. Maybe not your comedy career or social career, but definitely sculptural. I think it would benefit anybody who's starting out or has decided that it's time to get real serious about it.
Even if I'm a farmer?
Mm-hmm.
Even if
you're planting corn out and wherever, and you love ZBrush at the same time, this course is for you.
Oh man, that's awesome.
All right, but if you're a beet farmer, I don't know, corn, watermelons, and asparagus, if those type of farmers, this course is for you.
I kid you not, I heard fapper, not farmer.
Hey, man. I mean that too, but anyway. So, Michael,
Yeah.
I hear you are the CEO of the XMD Academy. Yes.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Quick question.
Is that still a rumor?
Can the instructors trade courses?
As an instructor, you have access to all the courses.
Oh my God. Okay. Spicer, all your knowledge are mine.
You have to buy mine. Yeah, because you have not been paying your 3% to ZBHO, and I think it's time for you to
chip in.
Yeah,
I'm chipping in.
I'm chipping in.
As long as you're not chipping a chip into
Oh my God, Eric.
Hey man, don't be so homophobic, all right? I look very good. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't say that I was being homophobic. I just said.
Have you seen Ad Raised from the Dead? It's so hot.
I've seen Ad Raised from the Dead.
He came into the hangout once, and he turns his camera on, and I'm like, "Hey, Ad, what's up?" And I don't see Ad, and then he like rises up like Dracula with his arms crossed. That was the most hilarious thing in recent memory that's happened over at ZBO for sure. That was great.
I'm gonna have to see a replay of that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's how I should have done my intro in the XMD course.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like I actually have a bathrobe that's really like that's just black, and it looks like a vampire robe. and just put like some fake, I don't know, chopsticks or something in my
Aren't you
mouth.
like from Transylvania or something like that?
No, dude.
No, he
Aren't you
is
from
right.
Transylvania?
No, Romania. It's close, but like in movies, they always, confuse them.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Pretty much, yeah.
Fernando's 21. I was missing these streams. I was missing it too. Like I just got a lot of work, and but now I got some free time, and I figure we might as well hang out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Robert Zammer. Robert Zammer. Hey Victor, what's up, dude? That was a magic glass. Let's see. Let's make sure. Am I looking up? Damn, I'm looking good over here. Look at this. A little bit longer, but still distinguished. Still looks younger, but sexier. I don't know. All right, we're going to get back to the group. All righty.
Ain't got no gas in.
So, Eric,
Yeah.
I hear you also have a.
What?
You are like
Lies.
so. You're so gossipy, Mike.
Some little birdie you just told me. How about you tell us a little bit about your course?
Well, it's a course of antibiotics to take care of that thing.
What a nerd. All right, so Suhail, can't wait for the class to start. Only a couple days ago. I can't wait either, brother. It's going to be great. This first week is going to blow your mind, brother. It's going to blow your mind. Hiram Tepete, what up? What's up, brother? Thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate you, brother. Make sure to go check out Highly Top Secret 3D on Facebook. He streams a lot. He's doing the ArtStation prop challenge for the King Arthur theme. So definitely follow him there. But yeah, thanks for being on the stream. Thanks for hanging out and watching. I appreciate y'all. All right, we're gonna get back.
Don't know about like how to do keys with draft angles so that they produce better results. How to optimize your products. How to really take what Spicer is doing and turn it into a functional 3D print that's going to be easy to work with and provide really, really solid results. Sadly, I see a lot of professionals out there that are great in software, but they're really weak when it comes to and they don't know it. They don't know this, but they're weak with their output because they're not familiar with molding and casting processes, or they only just they're just going to throw something into the 3D printer and they're just going to take it out like that. So ultimately, I'm showing how to get better production out of your pieces, covering all sorts of things like draft angles and not custom keys, but standardizing your tools, that kind of stuff. It's an interesting subject. I like it.
That sounds amazing. And if anybody wants to register for any of these courses, you can at xmdacademy.com.
When are you coming out with a course, Mike?
I'm actually working on one now.
What is it?
It's going to be photogrammetry.
No, over on Meshed Up Live, we have Karen McCarthy. She works at Tobayurian. She's
Yes.
a game artist over there, and we're talking about how important it is. If you are trying to get into the game industry or even the movie industry, and you want to, contribute to the character art side, it would be very smart to have some photogrammetry in your portfolio. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in a course like that. Are you going to be going over? Oops, sorry, my bad. Are you going to be going over like character stuff, or are you going to be just going over environmental?
It'll be environmental. I'll probably do some character stuff. I haven't had too much experience doing the character stuff, but it's all the same concept. The I don't have a rig to do the photography for the character stuff,
Mm-hmm.
the instantaneous photography, but you can still do it without it.
Right.
You set up a little minimal rig. You can do it with one camera. You just have to. You have to basically set up a rig where they're lit all the way around, and you move around them and take a picture. If they're lit evenly, then it'll work. And if they don't move, that's the other thing. You have to have somebody that's very, very still.
Oh yeah, that's what that knockout gas is for. Keeps them very still.
Didn't you get in trouble for roofies?
No.
He never got caught.
I never got caught. All right, everybody. Zambier. It's Zambier, like her, but burr. Oh, Zamber. Sukwant. I gotta tell y'all, everybody, if you don't know who Sukwant is, you will. All right, Sukwant has been working over at ZBHO. He's been constantly working on his craft, so make sure to go check out Sukwant as well. Make sure to go friend him. He's a super nice guy. Doesn't have a mean bone in his body, and we tease him about that, and he's still nice about it. It's great. We love him. All right, so make sure you go follow Sukwant. And thank you again, everybody, for being here on the chat. We're just going to be shooting the shit, talking about our courses a little bit. You know, if you have any questions about that, just let me know, and we'll get to it. But definitely the point of this stream for me personally is just to have fun sculpting and hanging out. So, yeah, definitely chat it up, hang out. Make sure to network with each other, because only the best come here. Only champions come here. All right? They're the only ones that stay here. All right? Because you're working, I'm working, we're all kicking ass. Right? Right.
We had a very large motor.
You have a lot of lights.
Honestly,
The light
I think
changes.
the lights change, but if the camera's static and the lights are static, you get really good results.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's okay. I was thinking of it backwards from what you said.
That's how most people approach it. They would rather move the camera and the lighting rig than move the person, but that can be just as unwieldy, but more for the operator than for the subject matter.
If you have a decent enough lighting, it's not a problem if it's all evenly lit all the way around. That works pretty well.
So
I did that with shooting some rocks sitting on a table. It worked really well.
So for photogrammetry, is it better to have like really ambient light with no shadows, or is it better to?
Yeah, the less shadows you have, the better shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, anything dark doesn't capture.
Mm-hmm.
It captures better in reality capture than it does in photoscan, but you're still going to have some error in there.
Mm-hmm.
Anything shiny doesn't capture.
Mm.
There is a spray that you can spray on to get rid of, or basically it mats
Oh, okay.
the object.
Right.
And it'll wipe off.
So for like jewelry and stuff?
Yeah, I forget what it's called. I think 3M makes it. Yeah, I mean, it's like spray paint, but it just wipes off. It paints whatever you're doing gray. But yeah, I did a huge photogrammetry shoot outside of Ladder Canyon in California that I'm working on, or started working on, and I'm going to make a scene out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to become the course.
Oh, nice.
So maybe in a couple of months I'll be done with it. It's going to be pretty huge.
Oh. Okay, thanks for the donation, Nick.
Way to go, Nick. We like Nick.
We do like Nick.
Hey, Nick. You're awesome.
You came in with a diamond, dude.
Dude, you come in with diamonds?
That's like $1. Dude.
I mean, we're usually platinum scale, but he's coming in with diamonds? I think you need to upgrade, bro.
Let's see. Yeah, what are you streaming to, Ed?
D Live.
Oh, yeah, I should have streamed to D Live.
Why
Why you
didn't
remind me, Meister?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's all your fault, Spice.
It's always my fault.
I mean, the thing about D Live, what I noticed was that if you're doing 2D or anything entertainment, people are gonna watch. But if you're doing anything more complicated, people are not really gonna. It's not. That crowd is not really there to stay and pay attention and to know what you're actually talking about, except other streamers that are doing that.
Right.
Usually.
Yeah, I heard
It's kind of really hard to stream something 3D and for people that are not in the industry to look at it because they're probably going to get bored. They're like, what is he doing playing with those numbers there most of the time?
Yeah, I've heard the term that music isn't for musicians. You know, like if you look at the top 40, you know, that is not for musicians. That's for people that listen to music. You know, it's kind of like the same thing, you know, like usually sculpting and stuff is for people that are in the know.
Yeah.
You know.
Well.
So it's not for, you know, the mass audience, but if we can just get a sci-fi show, I'm sure we can compete with Face Off and all the rest of them.
You think so?
Oh yeah, dude. I think so.
I mean, what I'm thinking is that sci-fi is taking off. Like it's finally starting to take off. More and more people are starting to get interested in that. So that's good. I'm like, finally, dude. Everyone's got to catch up with us already.
Yeah, because you're getting like a cursory knowledge of like practical effects with like Face Off. I mean, it's highly dramatized and set up and all that stuff.
Yeah, I saw that.
But still, you know, for the layman, it's still a good pathway to at least be interested in the behind the scenes aspect of all this art that doesn't just show up on screen. It needs to be created, and there's failures and engineering and, you know, blood and sweat that goes into it. You know, I think in some ways it creates a better appreciation of it. You know?
Yeah. Oh man. I don't remember what movie I watched, but there.
The one true listener, Thick Brow. Thanks, bro.
There was a couple in front of me. This is hilarious. So the girl was like, did you see all that? Like all those buildings and all that stuff was being destroyed while everything was like moving and stuff. And the guy was like, oh yeah, that's just done on the computer, right? And then she was like, yeah, but someone actually had to work on that. And I was like, tip of my hat to you.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah,
awareness.
I wanted to be like, hey, can I borrow her for like a date or something?
Very nice. How much?
You mean you wanted to borrow her so she could have your babies?
Maybe they would be interested in CG, unlike my current babies.
Right. My clones.
The Spicer, you were talking about you wanted to do a different course at some point, right? Another one?
Yeah, after I get people have done it before. I'm not trying to say I'm revolutionizing anything, but I want to use ZBrush to create comics. And after I get a nice workflow and a few solid efforts out, and have developed a workflow I'm very comfortable with, I'll definitely create a course on using it for like illustration and all that stuff.
That is awesome.
But that's like 2 years out, something like that.
Nah, you can have it done in a couple months. You got this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna be doing in the next couple months.
All right. Hey, I got it. You can make a course on how to make a course as you're making the course for your course.
Dude, I would watch that.
So you're going completely meta. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, so you just do like trial and error, like that didn't work, but it's a learning experience for everyone else.
Right?
It's perfect.
I think that would create a nice bit of... What?
Sorry, go ahead. I wanted to add something to that.
No, you just saved me. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so
So wait,
So what
add something?
wow, man.
What?
Wow,
You know, if you're gonna be a namist like that,
So what I want to
Come
say
on.
is you probably end up with something interesting if you do that, because you'd get more engagement every time you failed and you raged out and damn it! And then you would probably fall into this
Are you
loop where
saying that Spicer has anger issues?
Alright, so what I wanted to say was that you would probably fall into a loop where you just naturally start like failing more just for the drama, just for people to watch.
oh yeah, failing on purpose,
Well, the
Yeah.
fopping.
So then I worked on this and I realized my mouse was plugged in the wrong USB. Damn it!
we have from Aniket, he actually named your course, Spicer,
Oh yeah.
and it is brilliant.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Courseception.
Courseception. I know there's a lot of shit there.
Oh yeah.
There's a tutorial within a tutorial within a tutorial within a tutorial.
But now you owe him 3%.
Ooh,
Oh,
3%. Someone's been taking my business class.
What was it? Tax everything?
Yeah, 3% to a millionaire.
For this week, we're gonna learn the concept of taxing everything. You gotta tax everything. Next week, we're gonna learn about taxing everything.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever wanted to create a religion?
That'd be awesome. Let's make a cult, dude.
We'll make a church and then tax deductible.
Yeah.
Way to go.
The tax people to get it.
You know what frustrates me is that when you find out that there's a company that's successful and they don't pay any taxes because they run it all through their charity. They run it through their charity,
Mm.
and they essentially like it's not laundering money, but it's basically like, hey, I know what it is. It's called a nonprofit. They run it through their nonprofit, so they don't have to pay taxes. And everything and anything they do gets run through their nonprofit. I'm just like, mother.
That's genius, man.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
good.
genius. It's genius, but it sucks because for my own company, I tried to look into that,
Mm-hmm.
and setting up the nonprofit is not like out of the question, but it's just like
It's hard to do, right?
you actually have to have a nonprofit. You can't just be like, I save bottle caps so they don't go in the.
I'm looking for a freaking button. Where's the button? Where is it? Oh, Jesus. There it is. Jesus Christ. Settle down. Settle down.
Yeah, but good marketing, just like Belle Delphine selling your bath water.
You'll know I am Belle
You know
Delphine, right?
that she's being sued because there's nothing, none of her is in it, and people are losing their minds about it.
Man,
That's
how
why they won.
thirsty
They
do you
had
have to be, man?
did like a I don't know, biologist.
Someone paid to have the water tested,
Oh my god.
and they're taking her to court.
Oh, man.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Maybe that's probably because she didn't design her disclaimer properly.
You know what?
What?
If people don't buy my bathwater right now, then I'm never doing this stream again.
Nobody wants your bathwater.
What?
If somebody wants,
It tastes
your
like
bathwater-
cinnamon
okay,
and
Anakin wants
eggs.
your bathwater, okay? Aniket's like, I'm all over that, dude.
Hiram Tepete, Lance Baker. Where's Lance? Where is he? Where's Lance? But yeah, if you don't know who Lance Baker is, he's a veteran of the CG world. CGbakery.com. Freelance Baker. Make sure you go check him out. He's available for freelance. And yeah, go check him out. Robert Zamber. Well, it's justified if you actually have a result. And and your nonprofit that benefits people. A soup kitchen is pretty good nonprofit, stuff like that. Oh, yeah. Where you're directly helping the community in a tangible way. Always down for that. All right, I'm back.
Should make some more bath water.
Yes. I sold out. Not of bath water, but just in general.
All right, so at some point I'm gonna have to figure out the audio because I have to turn it way up on my own for everybody else to hear you. So I'm probably gonna be deaf after this, but at least other people can hear you now.
You know what? Take your headphones off and put them around your collar.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, I didn't even think about that.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a little special.
No, you're fine, dude. It's, you know, the only reason I knew about doing dumb shit like that is because when I used to teach, I'd want to listen to music, but my head would get hot, you know. Plus, I have to hear my students, but I couldn't, you know, share my music with them. I got a friend request.
Uh-oh.
Oh, someone's.
We're starting to like you.
Hey, Eric's available, by the way.
Say anything dumb and mess it up.
No, they disappeared.
Uh-oh.
And was it a mistake?
They sent it, and then they were like, I don't wanna.
Oh, not this guy.
They changed their mind.
They changed their mind.
And now you're like, oh, dude.
Just kidding.
I wonder what Hiram's doing.
Lance Baker, what? Is that Eric? Yes, it is Eric. It is Eric Skew in the Hangout, sculpting away on a demon in a Cyberpunk sculpt off. So, you know, it's great.
We can only hear me. Ooh, what you got going there, Spencer?
Making a Cyberpunk male character.
Are you still playing games, Spicer?
Right now I'm playing.
Interests?
Right now I'm playing Grim Dawn, and I am waiting for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, Cyberpunk looks really good.
Yep.
I'm kind of surprised that they dropped. I never would have expected the actor, who I can't name, Keanu Reeves. I would have never expected that.
Oh yeah, same here. That was cool.
I got to hear the interview from the creator. The creator was talked about it briefly and how his wife had guessed that it was going to be Keanu Reeves because they were getting an actor for the event,
Mm-hmm.
and she apparently is really sharp. So I'm really kind of excited.
Nice. Yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of games I'm really looking forward to, and probably one of the most stylistically brilliant games I've seen in a long time that may not come out for many years is Witchfire.
Witchfire.
Yeah, if you haven't checked it out, they're a European company. I don't remember where, but I believe it's Northern European.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been following this for a while now, and it's kind of like Castlevania, but with guns. Is the closest thing I can put it to. And you have to have like serious, skills at like dodging,
So it's a very active, like dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
Spicer's not gonna play it.
Spicer's all about the hardcore. I'm a button masher. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, me too. I don't want any I don't want to think. I just want to press buttons, and then get better armor. That's all I want.
I love RPGs. I'll play the hell out of some RPGs.
Oh yeah.
So, did you guys ever think about like old people homes for us when we're gonna be like
dude,
super old?
how old are you?
31, dude. I'm
ready,
getting there.
I'm ready to retire already.
I'm getting there. I mean, come on. Like, I'm just
already
thinking,
started- I've already started mapping out where they're gonna put my ashes.
So I'm thinking that like old homes are gonna be basically gaming pits.
You may not be wrong, dude.
I think being old is gonna fucking rock from now on, dude. Because we're gonna have all the time in the world. Nobody's gonna like if like grandkids are gonna visit or something. We're gonna be like, fuck off! I'm playing something.
It may not be nearly as hopeless as you think. Apparently, Elon Musk's company, where they connect you to the computer, has made a big announcement that they're finally coming to market with something. So you may be able to download your consciousness to the internet, man. You'll be
That's
the next.
not gonna work. You're gonna die, and
You'll be the next.
clone,
You'll be the next Neo.
your clone is gonna live on, and you're gonna die if that happens. I was actually debating something like this with someone, and it's like, what part of your brain, because there's definitely a part of your brain that has like an ongoing consciousness, that never sleeps, that never stops. And if you get to that part and you kill it or clone it, you're gonna die. Because we were talking about how would you become fully cybernetic or cyborg without you losing the consciousness, without just downloading your brain pattern onto something else, right? And then you die. And one of the solutions was you just systematically replace gradually parts of your brain, right? So you still have a sense of yourself while parts are still being replaced and cloned, and then you just integrate them.
You got all too serious about this.
Sorry. I just
I'm
love
over
the
here.
subject.
I'm over here being like, dude,
I love the subject. Think about it. It's weird.
Yeah, like how much of you can be replaced before you're no longer you?
Exactly. Yeah. Like, because there's definitely a part of you that when it's going to be replaced, it's going to be like lights out, like the core part. And nobody knows where that is in your brain. Which is interesting.
Well, there are some people that believe in some weirder ideas, but I'm not going there.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, Robert Zamber's Cyberlink. I don't know. It's kind of serious. Yeah, I don't know what y'all think about that. I would love to have direct access, like in terms of like mind connection and just recalling things. Like just, all right, what do I want to know? What do I want to view? What do I want to read? Just like, oh man, I can't wait. And AI and art, I cannot wait for AI to just take over art. It's just going to be straight creation and refinement. It's going to be great. Robert Zamber, it's what Ellen is talking about, living as an entity in cyberspace. Oh yeah. I don't know. It's interesting to definitely think of. I don't know what the qualifications are of having yourself cloned and living on forever. Like, don't you have to do something to earn that, or is that going to be like the internet where everybody gets to do that? That would suck. I don't know. One heroic feat, and you should be able to be cloned.
Off his mouth is dead. Did you take a potty break?
Oh, yeah, I'm just talking to the chat.
How many people you got over there?
I have 14 million.
What?
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
that's less than your usual.
I know. Well, I haven't streamed in a long time. Usually it's in the 60 to 70 million, but
That's what I thought. I think I have a good idea where I want to take this guy.
Out to lunch.
So, Eric, you got some boobies going on there.
Boobies. What about my boobies? Are we gonna have a Me Too moment here?
That's
I'm
just
creating one right now.
Are you telling me that there's something wrong, boobs? By the way, you've been uninvited.
Fernando's 21. Does the course include assistance in the design of the sculpture? I mean, concept art. No, it's more of like, it's not really a concept art class. It's more of a sculpting class. So if you have a concept and it can be refined or something like that, we can talk about it. But in terms of like, hey, this is how you would draw it better, I don't think that I would be giving that type of advice, but I can give you how to sculpt it better all day, for sure. Thanks for asking, Fernando's. Good to see you in here. Coffee break.
You can name him butt butter.
There you go, butt butter.
I'm offended.
Butt butter. Good old butt butter.
For all those butt butter needs. Poor babies without their butt butter. Just gonna get a rash.
I figured 15 million yet?
15 million. Yes, 50 million.
Nice.
It's gonna keep going up. It's gonna keep going up. Probably, I'd say we'll get back up to 60 million.
You know, if you turn on your cam and start dancing, I bet it would skyrocket.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm gonna need some bits and donations if you want me to dance.
Can we call you Senorita?
Alrighty, so.
Senorita Spicer.
Senoritas.
See, spicy. She's a demon hot dog. For when you want to have that extra spicy experience. No.
Man, y'all have some loud clickers.
I don't know. I've heard a couple of people say that.
Passionate.
I've heard a couple people say that you could do like get a mechanical
Oh god.
keyboard and it'll be louder. But I gotta update my keyboard one of these days soon.
Dude, I hate people with mechanical keyboards.
You hate the people, not the mechanical keyboard, but the actual individual.
Well, yeah, because you have to be a certain type of person to buy that kind of stuff.
Wow.
So you're saying you're racist?
Hey, Chad, I need you to send a hashtag out right now. Hashtag Ed Martunak says that
Is that how
says
you say
that
Oh my god, no, not this subject again, please. Oh, shit.
don't be that way. See, now you made it awkward.
Spicer. Damn you, Spicer!
You know I love you.
I trusted you.
Sarcastic asks why we all sound like gamers.
We all sound like what now?
Gamers.
Oh.
Oh, awesome.
Well, I'm not gonna say that I'm not a gamer, but it's not like my
Top 3 games, Eric.
existence. What's that?
Top 3 games, go.
Top 3 games.
Go. Go.
Probably Titanfall, almost anything out of Halo, and
What, you play Titanfall, man? I didn't know
dude,
that.
I've got the Titan.
Oh,
Dude,
God.
dude,
I didn't see that. I don't
I
like
did
the
not
Titan
see that coming.
design, though. Like, I don't really like those.
I've got the Titan. I've
They
got
could
the Titan.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool.
Did you make
Yeah,
that?
hold on a second.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We'll
It
turn.
is.
We'll turn.
Oh man,
We can make it an enemy.
that's awesome.
I mean, I
Wait.
I think Titanfall is one of the best games that has ever existed, especially when you just look at the navigation mechanics.
Hey, real quick, Eric, bring that back.
This might be the one thing that we both agree on.
Well, I thought we both like women, but hey, if you want to disagree on that, man.
I mean, it depends what kind, you know. Like, I like the ones without mustache, so just saying.
God, you're such a dickhead. Hey, just because I dated your mom once doesn't mean.
Whoa!
Wow, we're throwing out mom jokes. Oh my god.
So I brought it back. What did you want to see, Mike?
I just wanted to get it on camera because it's awesome.
Oh yeah, check this out. So I have the other soldier taken off because his base is kind of crappy, but the light changes, and you can see that this guy is an alternate. So he's jumping on to either pull the core or drop a bomb on it. So you can see how it goes red, and his visor lights up. Hold on a second, as I destroy my keyboard.
Where did you get that?
It came with the elite version of the game.
No way, really?
For Titanfall 2.
Robert Zamber, yeah, kind of like AI art. Anyone will be able to do it. Art will have no value as we know it, and we already struggle with that. So, not sure why artists are excited about that. Needs further thought, I think. Yeah, for me, it's just like, I can sculpt all this and do all this, but I'd rather just tell the story. So, if I can just put in, give me 6 different concepts for whatever parameters I can put in there, and it gives me 6 different ones, and it's something that I can start off from and make my own, and it can skip that process, and I can move on to the next thing, and I can say, give me 6 different hall variations, sci-fi, horror theme, just like that, and while it's doing that, I'm writing or doing something, and that's what excites me, because in the end, it's like very rarely are we able to just get something straight out of the box. Textures, we gotta still put our touch on there. You're always gonna have to put your touch, even if it is AI. I think we're hundreds of years, maybe 100 years away from it actually replacing us thoroughly. But in our lifetime, I don't think we'll be the remedial tasks like UVs, rigging, that type of thing. We'll probably see in our careers, but that'll probably be it. Adnan El Raji, top 3 games: MGS, ZBHO, and Super Mario. I like your rhyming skills. I like it. You're a pretty good rapper.
Sorry, this panel, but it's a monster. But I bought it because
It's a beautiful monster.
yeah, exactly. It's a beautiful monster, and I was getting into toy making, or I was already on my way into getting into toy making, and I needed to see how they were going to do this. And there's nothing about this that's unreasonable. In fact, Gundams are usually more complex than this, but this thing is way super complicated. And it's just a great model. It really shows how they transition from a game model to a physical model too. Because, for instance, the chest plate down here, you can barely see it, but they had to make sure that posed well without doing interpenetration. So they actually changed. I'm pretty sure that they changed this model for the toy versus what's in the game itself. Because most video games have a lot of interpenetration.
Oh my god.
Yes. That's why the girls love them so much. But yeah, this is a great model.
You ruined it.
Listen, that's my job. Ruin everything.
So, Eric, I'm actually curious about something.
No,
Like-
I don't have knee pads.
Wow.
No, I wanted to be like so like if someone came to you, like I was thinking at one point I had
All right. All right, everybody. So I'm going to do, if you don't know how to do this, I'm pretty sure this is common knowledge already, but just want to go through it real quick. All right. So right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use masking to guide the zero mesher. So I'm masking, pressing Control W, and it's giving me a mask or a polygroup based on my selection. So I'm going to press Control W again, and we're going to clean that up. Press Control W. We're going to extend that just for the nose area. Press Control W. It doesn't have to be extremely exact, right? But we're just getting this going, guiding it, helping it out, and all that stuff. Because at this point of speed sculpting, I'm not really caring about the details or the proportions. What I'm looking for is just, let me get a sketch of an eye. I don't need it a specific eye. I don't need it this guy's eye. I'm just sculpting in a brow. I don't need it to be this guy's brow. I just need it to be a brow, because then you can just move it along from there. It's just, small little steps that we're going in. All right, so now I'm going to press Keep Groups, and then I'm going to press Zero Mesher, and it should give me a little bit more of a sculptural topology. All right, so we're going to go back to the group.
The Gundam on the whole is, not only does it use my favorite types of joints, which are the ball joints, which the Japanese model and toy makers prefer, or seem to prefer in the products that I've owned that are Japanese made. But it also, it's also the kind of model that you can make the entire thing without glue, but it's probably not going to stay together forever. I was just trying to say that it's this kind of thing that you can do at home with like minimal effort. But this model has more points of articulation than I have ever seen in a single model ever. For instance, and you build each joint, okay? But this pauldron, this little blue part, is hinged. The pauldron is hinged. Then the pauldron's mount is hinged.
Jesus.
And if I were going to do what you're talking about, I would make it so the mount, I would make the mount the hinge point, and then I would attach pieces to that. But the problem that you're going to deal with, I'm trying to be gentle with this model, because this model's got like this. I don't know how many points of articulation this thing has. It's absolutely insane, and I didn't bother counting. And it only took me, like, I was very casually putting it together. I think it took me like 3 or 4 days, and I only put in maybe an hour each day. And I didn't do any finishing. I just cut the parts out and put them together. I mean, it's, I'm not really. I was more interested in the construction than anything else.
Robert Zamber, that's reassuring. I definitely like the idea for rigging UVs, etc. But as we know it right now, the process of where most of the value in what we do is derived from, and what distinguishes that value in our financial system. So yeah, it's less concerning in different monetary system that isn't predicated on scarcity or rarity, if you know what I mean. Yeah, for sure. Like creativity and all that stuff is like, I don't think AI is ever going to get rid of that. In terms of, putting, like, orchestrating something that humans can identify with will always be created by humans. Even if the remedial task or, like the sketches AI takes care of, and we just refine into something that people can feel. I don't think AI is anywhere close to doing that for us. Aniket Raj, what do you think is a good way to approach different facial features when sculpting? What do you mean by that? What do you think is a good way to approach different facial features when sculpting? Well, the best way for me is to really understand what's going on underneath. So not just sculpting an eye, but understanding what is creating that eye, like the muscles, the fat, the tendons, that type of stuff really allows you to sculpt with a little bit more confidence, because where things are going to for the most part, begin and end, and where they need to originate from and where they need to go to, and regardless of like the reference that you're looking at or any of that other stuff, you can always rely on the actual knowledge that you have of the human body. And understanding the human body is one step, and then going through the trials and tribulations of learning how to sculpt that is another path to go down. But I think for every character artist, it's extremely important to understand all of that anatomy, and to really always constantly be practicing it, not just take one course and then be done with it, but always reviewing it, always learning more, always memorizing more, always recalling different things. Just always having that curiosity to it all. Facial features like the eyelids I always have problems with. Ricardo Harris. Yeah, the eyelids are usually they take a good amount of time just because they're so delicate. Like one small bump. If we do something like that, even that, it's going to throw us off. So it's very, very delicate. I think, obviously it's the windows to the soul. So maybe we approach it with a little bit more hesitancy than we do, with like a chin or something like that. But I've always found them to be extremely delicate, and you have to be very deliberate with where you're going with it. And also Ricardo Harris and also Wrinkles, mine seem too deep and can't get them right. But when I've been sculpting for 10 years and I have plenty of anatomy books, oh yeah, for sure. What you might want to try is layers here in ZBrush. That way you can go as deep as you want, and then you can adjust its effect to your liking afterwards. So it's kind of like, sketching something in Photoshop and then taking the opacity down and then doing something a little bit more refined on top of it with a brand new layer. Aniket Raj, thank you. Thanks for engaging with the chat. I appreciate it. And thank you, everyone that's watching. I greatly appreciate it. Y'all could be doing so many other things right now. I'm glad you're here working. If you have any questions for myself, Eric Askew, he is a 3D printing engineer wizard. We have Adrian Montunak. He is also known as Ad Lazy. Make sure to go follow him on Instagram. He does daily sketches and stuff like that. He's always creating cool robots. But if you have a question for him in terms of Unreal or concepting or modeling or 3D Coat, definitely throw it out. And then we have Michael Dunham, who is the CEO of XMD. If you haven't got the XMD toolbox, definitely go get that. It's free. And you know what? I'm going to see if I can get a couple keys for y'all here. Let's see. If y'all want a lifetime subscription to the Platinum Edition of XMD Toolbox, I'm going to need some XMD love in the chat right now. I need XMD love. Hashtag XMD love in the chat right now. Jason Weinrub, I have a hard time with creating a realistic head. Sculpting is hard for me at times. Not complaining because it's fun. And that's a great observation and a great attitude to have, Jason, because it always is going to be tough. Even today, it's super tough, for me. But it's obviously the love of it. Obviously, getting paid to do it is also a nice little incentive. But the only reason that people are good at things is because they really love it. There's people that can do it serviceably and all that stuff. But you really need the love of creation, being creative, and all that good stuff to go through all those trials and tribulations. So I'm glad you're on the road, Jason. I'm glad you're here with us. Thank you very much. All right, so Eric's still talking.
In the studio that's got more articulation than Gundam, or as much articulation, well, not as much. But my my figure from Deus Ex, that's probably the second most articulated figure I've ever owned, and I bought that one just to understand how the joints were done, and the joints are amazing because they have a crossover of both the Japanese ball joints, and the knees are done as pin joints.
Hey, Mike.
So,
Yo.
Hey, sorry to interrupt. I'm wondering, since you're the big time CEO of XMD Source, home of the XMD Toolbox, I know you
Well,
got.
what's that?
I know you got some premium lifetime keys over there for my chat over here.
What?
Can I get like can I get two? Can I get two keys?
No way.
Let's see. Yeah, give me a minute.
By the way, Ed,
Yeah.
the knees and the elbows on these are all done.
Alrighty. So, you see, this is what we do here on the chat. All right, we make $1 million deals. $1 million deals. So we're gonna get 2 keys to the XMD source. We're gonna go there right now so y'all can see what y'all are about to win. XMDsource.com. All right, let's go here. I don't know why it's going there. There we go. XMD, right? So we got the toolbox here. This has like I don't know how many. But anyway, you get the lifetime $54 one-time payment is usually what it's for. It used to be double that whenever I got it. But yeah, it's $54. Access to all the free products. You get updates via email. You get the XMD Toolbox plugin. Let me show you what that is. If you don't have this is super, super helpful if you're going, if you use a lot of brushes. And you can even create like a folder for all the brushes that you use on a regular basis as well. But you also get all subscription-only products and access to the private XMD Facebook group as well. But yeah, this thing is awesome. Robert Zamber, sorry. I don't know why I say Zambier. Or let me go up. Jason P. Weinrub, I love creating creatures. Creation is good. Absolutely. Creatures are always fun. And especially if you know their anatomy, you can translate that to human anatomy and vice versa. So that's really good. Robert Zamber, thanks for sharing those thoughts, Spicer. You've actually thought about it in some depth. Would hope and think the same. Some people in the industry don't really think about it and just are like, yeah, AI art, and setting up a mentality of competing with it, which is what I was responding to. Anyway, enough about that for now. Cheers, Spicer. Thanks, Robert. I appreciate you engaging in the chat and bringing up those points. Ricardo Harris, I've been trying to render XYZ maps in Maya, but I learned that displacement maps aren't the same size as in ZBrush, which makes them blurry. Yeah, I don't usually use XYZ maps. I always do my pores by hand. I think it's for me, it's more fun than just like map, project. It maybe give you a result, but it's kind of boring for me. Jason P. Weinrub, nice ass. Oh yeah, my backgrounds are legendary. Jason P. Weinrub, your wallpaper on your laptop or PC for show. Have you ever thought about creating your own movie? Yeah, as soon as AI gets there, I'm definitely doing it. All right, we're gonna go back to the group, and I think Eric's still talking about joints.
And Ad and Mike and myself are into, which I'm into all of the media, special effects. It's all about layer. The more you layer something, the more you have the large, the medium, and the small in your build, or the more richly you layer your stuff, the more provocative it can be. I mean, it can also be infinitely more complicated that way. But
I actually talk about that in my course at one point, about the proportions that work, and if everything is complex and nothing is complex and all that stuff.
Yeah, you gotta have essentially you gotta have areas of rest.
Oh yeah.
All right, everybody. So this is where I gotta sell something, right? I gotta sell something. Okay. So if you don't know, I'm about to tell you, we have an XMD Academy course, character creation for collectibles, highly involved anatomy and ZBrush, and then a lot of fundamentals to get you set up. If you are a beginner or intermediate, it will definitely set you up for success. So let me go to these courses. But I have 2 keys for this XMD Toolbox Lifetime right here. It's $54 value. All I'm asking, all right? All I'm asking is that you share this specific link. That's it, all right? And we're going to go on an honor system, all right? Because I know my chat is honorable, okay? So if you can share this link around, I appreciate it. And whenever you have, put in a hashtag XMDlove after you've shared that, and I will definitely get you in the running, and we'll give away 2 XMD Lifetime Premium Platinum Diamond subscription for the Toolbox, and we'll give that away in the next, let's call it 10 minutes. Next 10 minutes, okay? So just share that link that I've put out, the XMDacademy.com courses, character creation for collectibles. Share that out on a Facebook, on a Twitter, on something. Help your boy out. I love teaching. I've been teaching for a while. I've been teaching at the local university for character creation. And yeah, this is basically everything I know in a course. So hopefully you learn a lot from it. A lot of people have been loving what they are learning. So I hope you do too. And yeah. Jason P. Weinrub, have you ever thought about creating your own movie? Yes. I've tried a few times, but I'm not very good at leading. I'm good at working, right? I'm good at putting in work and getting things done, but as a leader, there's still a lot for me to learn. So AI would definitely help me with that in terms of me just being able to allow the computer to be my team member, and just telling it to do something and it does it, but yeah, in terms of leadership, I have a whole lot to learn. So I don't know if I would be able to make a movie anytime soon, but I would definitely love to eventually, before I'm 50, for sure. Ricardo Harris, any advice on basic shapes, forms of the face? How do you approach seeing them? I x-ray it from the inside out. So I take it from the skull, and then after that I put the muscle on, and it's not actual sculpting, but in my mind as I'm sculpting, so I can understand where the forms are going and coming from and where they're generally bound to. Then I put the muscles on after the skeleton, and then I put the fat pads, right? And then after that, I start personalizing it. Like I said in the beginning, I'm just looking to sculpt a nose, not a particular nose, just a nose. And then I can make it into anything else that we want with like the move brush and some refinement. It is always best to see yeah. So that's how I do it. I just x-ray it from the inside out. Ricardo. Sorry. It's hard for me to say. Jason P. Weinrub, something I learned, and it might be different from your viewpoint, even if one does not make it to the industry, it is always best to continue art, create your own content, and entertain the masses. There's always an audience. Yeah, that's a great outlook to have, for sure. You don't need a pat on the back all the time. And making it into the industry is not everybody's. It is a mark of success. Obviously, if you're working for Blizzard, you're working for a big name house, and you're doing there, and you've been working there for a while, and all that. Obviously, you are successful, right? But there is other ways in which people find themselves highly successful. Being a freelance artist, never even entering a studio and still being able to pay your bills and all that good stuff. Being in and out, being able to travel all over the world and going in and out of studios here and there, just being a mercenary of a high degree of CG badassery. That's awesome as well. And then just doing your own thing. Always do your own thing. Never just be a jukebox for commissioners and clients. Always have something of your own. Like, there's so many horrible works of fiction and art that you should have no hesitation in putting anything out there. Unrefined script, any of that stuff. I've seen horrible stuff have season 2, right? Like Baki on Netflix, a horrible, horrible show. Totally self-serving in its dialogue and its situation, just things happening just to create a fight, and it's got a season 2. and the dialogue's horrible and all that stuff is just horrible, just most ridiculous stuff. When I saw that, I was like, you know what, I'm never going to be hesitant about creating anything, because I can definitely create something at least on par with that, right? So never be hesitant about creating your own world and expressing it. There's great ways to learn how to write a story, because a story isn't just things happening, it's things, it's characters, and it's much deeper than that, right? You got the hero's journey and everything. You can look up Cal Bashir, Bashir. He's on YouTube. He's a great, I love this, by the way, Natalia Curry, you did a great job on that. What was I saying? Yeah, he explains the hero's journey in a very formulaic manner, almost robotic, but it gets you into the rhythm of learning that type of stuff over and over and over again. So, it just kind of drills it into your head in a more like a drill sergeant way. But it allows you to put your characters into situations that you wouldn't normally think, and they would have a symbology as well, as just things happening and people shooting each other, right? You have reasons and all that stuff. And yeah, the greatest story is the same story told over and over again. Let's see, Jason P. Weinrub, awesome on the teaching, dude. Thank you very much. Leadership can be difficult. Definitely. I have done freelance for indie comic book artists for an animation. Awesome. Yeah. Freelance life is the way I like to go. So again, if you want the XMD Lifetime Toolbox, it's $54 value. Please share this link on your social media, and then put in this chat hashtag XMDLove, and I will put you in there. Yeah. No one knows how hard it is to make a bad movie. That's very, very true. Very, very true. All right, we're going to go back to the chat. All right, I'm back.
Okay.
Well,
No, but
I don't know how you're friends with Spicer if you're really lazy. Because
No. The thing is that in one point, I'm pretty lazy to pay attention to these sort of details. I prefer to focus on the creative part and whatever, and just use all my energy then, and then just be brain dead for the rest of my life. And say, food, taxes, whatever, But
I'm not gonna lie. There's a part of me that would like to agree with that on some level, but the truth is that if you don't know, it'll come back and bite you in the ass. And you don't have to know it as well as they do, but you at least have to know.
I know, and it always comes and bites me in the ass sometimes. But then I'm like,
Aniket, Raj, XMD Love on Twitter. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. I got you in there. I'm gonna make a sticky right now, and we're gonna number it. I would definitely appreciate as much participation as I can get out of you, everybody. So, Aniket, Raj, you got us on Twitter. All right, we're going to give you number 1. All right. So, yeah, if you're in the chat, just share it out. Hashtag XMDLove in the chat, and we will get you a lifetime subscription to the XMD Toolbox. All right. Did I show you what the XMD Toolbox is? No, I didn't. All right. But, yeah, you're going to have all this stuff. You're going to have so many brushes you don't even know what to do with. Right, and extremely easy to download as well. You just go to the shopping cart, go to the library, and you just download each one with the cloud, and it'll download it to you'll have all this as 0, 0, 0, 0, and you just click it. You say I want this, and all this is already checked. But you would have a cloud sign, and it would just download into the folder, and then you'll have it here. And you got a lot of stuff, lots and lots of stuff. All right. So, yeah, I appreciate it. David K, concept artist. What's going on, David? Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. If y'all know who David K is, he's an excellent concept artist. Always busy because he's an excellent concept artist. So make sure to go follow him on ArtStation, David K. Machiavelli as well, I think. Jason P. Weinrub, got to go for now. Keep up the great work. We definitely will, Jason. Thank you very much. David K. just had some surgery this morning. We'll have to get back to you soon with my Sculpt. Thanks. Hey, brother. Hope you feel better soon. Hope you feel better soon.
If you're not going to be professional, you're going to get taken advantage of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
true. True that. I mean, I know I'm gonna screw up a lot of times because I'm not paying attention, but
everybody screws up. It's okay to make mistakes. It's not okay to. It's not okay. It's okay to make mistakes. It's not okay to make the same mistake twice. And you're not stupid. And
You can make it, just don't make it 3 times.
oh no. I know what you're saying. But
I mean,
yeah.
I can't tell you to go and do what is going to protect you. I mean, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. And I'm not looking to argue it or to push it on you. I'm just saying this is how you protect yourself. It's on you to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. So what you're saying is basically me talking about this on the stream is basically the worst.
No. Because this entire concept that you're talking about on the stream, there's nothing unusual about this. You
I know.
Hey, I'm gonna make egg people, and my egg people are gonna, I'm gonna make this whole game about egg people, and there's gonna be,
I know what you're saying. And I'm
there's
also
gonna
like
be a hedgehog
basing,
and shit, and
I'm also basing my looseness with these things on the fact that very, very few people actually know how to actually do something like this. And at the same time, even if you go specific with your ideas, and at the same time, even the people who know how to do this, there's a very small chance of some of them actually, doing it. It's like
I can't subscribe to that.
By the way, I was laughing at your comments about the Netflix show, says Robert Zamber. Looks like I was laughing at the comments. Oh, no worries, brother. No worries. I got you, brother. I appreciate you being in here. I truly do. Thank you very much.
idea people. Yep.
Well, I'm kind of an idea person, but they're the kind of people that they're really good at selling stuff. They're really good at talking up a thing, and they will, if they hear an idea that they like, they go and market it and sell it and steal it out from under you. And there's a lot of people. There's a lot of
I like
people
Spicer's theory. I like Spicer's theory. Oversell it, actually over-deliver, undersell it.
I thought you were going the other way. I was like,
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that either.
No, undersell it and over-deliver. I love that idea because think about it. It's like you're going to get the people who are actually like, hey, maybe there's something onto this, and then they get invested, right? Instead of like really, really selling it and the people getting excited, and then they find out that they're not actually that interested. But because of your flair, right? They actually get the thing. And
I think that there's.
But under what was it? Under promise, over deliver is I would say that's the biggest piece of business advice I could ever give anybody.
Yeah, that's the best thing
You
ever.
know?
That and bring your knee pads.
Wow.
You know, Eric.
Don't even spice.
You know.
I brought my knee pads to you, man.
Eric.
We're having a Me Too moment.
I'm so offended.
I don't wanna. It's on the doll where the bad man touched you.
Where the Batman touched you?
Mm-hmm.
Bad man touched you.
Man,
But yeah, I encourage everybody. Like if you don't understand how something works, even if a professional tells you, hey, that's not a smart idea, go out and figure out why it doesn't work. Understand what the thing is. Understand, why the advice was given that you were given. I've had a couple of students in the past who asked me questions, and I said, that's not going to work for this, and this reason, but you should probably go do it for yourself so you know why.
Oh yeah.
Because that's the greatest teacher one of
experience.
the greatest teachers is personal experience.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that, and I've been rehashing the question from the webinar. One of the guys asked, what do you do if your character has hair? Well, I really didn't explore the question. I just gave an answer, which is that the hair should be volumetric. It should have volume. But I should have asked, well, is that hair fiber hair? Is it card-based hair? Is it, because are they trying to convert like a video game character or something like that? Is it something other than 3D printable surface? And sometimes, you really can't do anything with that until you have more information. And a lot of people ask questions that are, for lack of a better term, they're vague because of a lack of information on, or a lack of experience on the question asker's part. Doesn't mean that the question's stupid. It just means that the question isn't fully evolved to answer in a concise way. So a lot of times, most teachers I know will give.
All right. So we are going to do the drawing in about, we're going to give it 4 more minutes. All right. So what we're doing, if you're just joining the stream, is we are sharing this link, the xmdacademy.com/courses/character-creation-4-collectibles. And we're just going by the honor system because this chat is awesome, right? So if you have shared the link, if you have enjoyed the stream, if you have learned anything, please share that link, and then we will get you into the XMD toolbox running. So far, we have 1 person and we have 2 keys. So literally, if 1 person does it, then you're guaranteed a key. Like literally, the next person that does it is pretty much guaranteed, unless more than 1 person does it. But yeah, go ahead and share it around. I'll greatly appreciate it. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. We have someone for concept art, Unreal, 3D printing, engineering, and brush maker, and photogrammetry artists. So definitely, if you have any questions, just send them out. You mean this link? Where's the link? Shared to 3 groups. Yeah. You can share the stream itself if you want to. That would be great as well. Yeah, either way. Robert, just put hashtag XMDlove if you shared the chat, if you've shared shared the stream or the link itself. All right. So we got, what is it? 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes left, and then we are going to do the drawing, and then we're going to be pretty close to the end of the stream. Didn't get to sculpt as much as I wanted to, but I think for less than less than an hour's work, we've got a pretty serviceable face. I think it's pretty decent. Aniket Raj, I can do it again if you want. I always appreciate it, brother. Definitely share it with a friend. I appreciate it. Hashtag XMDlove. We have got Robert Zamber. All right, number 2. Robert Zamber. All right, so if it's just you two, then both of y'all are going to get the toolbox. All right, so pretty much you have 100% chance if someone else enters, pretty much got a 33% chance that you're going to win. All right. So, I'm not a mathematician, but I'm pretty sure that's close to 100%. All right. Suquant, number 3. Suquant. So didn't you already win this already? But, maybe you have someone else that you can give it to. Maybe you have someone else. Suk's a nice guy. He'll probably just hand it out to somebody. Alrighty. Or he'll probably sell it on the streets. Like a CG drug lord. Oh, you want that XMD toolbox? You want that? Oh man, I got it. I got that XMD toolbox. I got that key. Alrighty. Alrighty. So we have got 1 more minute, people. 1 more minute. Share the stream. Share the link for the xmdacademy.com on any of your social media greatly appreciated. Going by the honor system, just put in XMD love after you have done so. Right now, if you enter, one more person enters, you have a 25% chance of winning. Right now, it stands 3 people. 3 people have done this. And we have 13, 14 million people in here. All right. So if you want to enter, you might have 25% chance of winning lifetime XMD toolbox worth $54. Alrighty. All right, so in terms of shaping the eyes, I know a lot of people in here are saying that they're having a problem with eyes. Here's a little trick. I don't know if it's a trick, but it's definitely fun to do. Is get that, and then Control Shift and duplicate it basically, and then make it smaller, bring it out, and now you got eyeballs, right? And now you just use symmetry, bring it out, and make sure they're not facing straight on, right? So we are going to mirror and weld, and there we go, right? So now we've got eyeballs and an iris. Good stuff. Easy stuff, right? And then you'll never have to worry about, always keeping that cylindrical and all that stuff. It's just always going to be that way, and you're good to go. Right? And it's good for 3D printing as well. Okay. Robert Zamber, looking good. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right, and so let's do this. All right, so we're 1 minute past. All right, so we have 3 contestants for 2 people. All right, so we have a random number generator. Okay, so we're gonna make sure that y'all can see this. Y'all can see this, right? Y'all can see the drawing. Yes. Okay. Good. All right. So 1 is a minimum. Oops. 1 is a minimum. 3 is a maximum. All right. So we're gonna press this 3 times. All right, and we're gonna go by this list over here. All right, Aniket. All right, wait, can y'all see that? Let's see. I want to make sure y'all can see this. Put this right over here. Okay. So 3 times. That's gonna be a winner. We're gonna do it another 3 times, obviously, and then we're gonna do it between 1 and 2. All right. So 1, 2, 3. All right. So Suquant, message me on Facebook. You've got yourself an XMD toolbox. All right, so we're gonna go between 1 and 2. All right, so Aniket and Robert, we're gonna click this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Aniket Raj, message me on Facebook under Spicer. Right, you're gonna have all that. Or you know what? Since it's down here on the left, you got Shotgun Scream on the Twitter. Go ahead and reach out to me there, and I will get you your key. Thank you very much for sharing the stream. I greatly appreciate it. I try to always bring some type of value on these streams and give y'all something that y'all are able to use. So get free stuff, I'm definitely going to be just giving it all to y'all, because really I have everything I need to create art. So anything else is just icing on the cake. Okay, but congratulations to Aniket and Suk. I appreciate y'all very much for the shares, for the enthusiasm, and for being here pretty much the entire stream. You guys are awesome. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just refine this eye right here. We've got a little wobble right here. Okay, so here's a little detail if you want it. So there's a thing called a lacrimal punctum, right? It's basically a gland that drains tears, and then you have another one down here, another lacrimal punctum, which the tears drain into and come out your sinuses, right? And this is where you're going to have that hard line of the eye, right? It's going to be right there, and then it's going to dive down right here at the lacrimal punctum. LACRIMAL punctum, PUNCTUM, right? It's a huge landmark for the eye. A lot of people that have problems, quote unquote, with sculpting the eye are usually missing these very subtle landmarks around them. And also very soft eyelids. That's usually usually no bueno as well. You want to actually have a lid, right? You want to have an eyelid. These are like rubber bands that are wrapping around your eye. So you want to give that impression. You want to have an equal distance around the eye, but whenever it comes out here to your tear duct or your canthal tendon, it's basically pulling itself down to this canthal tendon. So we're not going to see this, right? Because it's being pulled right here, which is attached to your infraorbital furrow, okay, which is a very bony landmark. Make sure you're aware of that because it's on every single face, okay? Regardless of how skinny or fat they are, they will, in terms, unless it's special lighting conditions, you will always see an infraorbital furrow. And this is where this tendon is attaching to right here, right? Infraorbital furrow. Right there, going to your lacrimal punctum, which is a gland, which is giving you this this landmark for an eye to take that dive and that turn. Okay, so hopefully that has helped you with your eye bit. If it has, clip it, share it around, make sure everybody knows. Yeah, and I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody here. I'm going to see how much longer we're going to be in the stream, and then I'm just going to refine this guy until then. So these eyes, what's really bothering me is that they're that the brow is way too high off. You see how he looks like he's surprised, right? So we need to bring this brow down, because if you feel the top of your eye, the superior margin of your orbit is actually intersecting with that, right? So there we go. There we go. It's the Johnny Depp of Cyberpunk. Okay. All right. So we can go back to the chat.
Sort of the subject matter. I really like what's his name did with them, and I've been talking to him about it. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, Aniket Raj, you can friend me on Facebook. It's just Spicer McLeroy, or Shotgun Scream. Oops. Or it's Shotgun Scream as well on there. Facebook Shotgun Scream. Put it in the chat for you. So you can do that if you need to. Who is that in the stream with you, David K. Concept Arts? So that is Michael Dunham, Ad Lazy, or Ad Adrian Martunak, and then Eric Askew as well. All different disciplines and all highly skilled in their areas. They've all got courses going on. So Eric's course is an extremely great addition to mine. I teach you how to sculpt a collectible. He teaches you how to engineer it for printing. And then if you want to get into games, Ad's course is really beneficial because it goes through concept art and goes through taking that concept into Unreal and making it a functional character that can be put into a game and is not going to be costly to the engine or its processing, right? So highly effective game art assets from concept art. That's what Ads is. It's really good. David K, tell Mike I said hi. I will do.
I honestly wish that Facebook had. I wish they would revamp things a little bit. I mean, it's a pretty great tool in some respects. It's a really great tool if you use it like I use it. I use it for only to get information about industry stuff and to follow a few of my former students and a few of my friends who are always posting cool things. I've got a young woman who's she's going back to school, hopefully for illustration. And I like to follow the work that she's doing because it's pretty exceptional. And I think that if that's how you're going to use it, if you use it in a positive way, it can be really useful. But I wish it was oriented a little differently. You know what I mean? I wish there was a way to filter out stuff, especially like dumb things. I mean, I like a joke just as much as anybody, but if somebody's gonna be like getting all into those hot topics where it's like gonna be unpleasant and stuff, it's like I don't really want to listen about that stuff. You know, let me turn that off until somebody talks about something else. But you know, most people just either gut people or they fucking jump ship and say, I'm done with this. No more Facebooks. Okay. But then I wouldn't be able to hang out with the Shift with Farthest Forum or the Styrene Syndicate or the XMD page, you know? And see cool things. Like the new Spider-Man head that somebody pulled out of
The hell was that?
Jeez.
How much longer are we going to be going, guys?
That's what I asked him.
How much longer do you want to go?
Let's
Let's
call it in 10 minutes.
I say we call it now, because I'm rendering.
Well, let's give everybody 10 minutes to finish it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put some cyber scars on this guy real quick.
You want to put those cyber scars on. I'm so tired.
Why, you don't do anything?
But Spicer, that's what you not what you said last night.
Well, I couldn't. You had all that stuff in my mouth.
I love you, man. I wish we got to hang out more, but you're working all the damn time.
Yeah.
He's really tired. He's getting emotional.
We've got that corner marked down. My corner, nobody else's corner. You want this corner, you're gonna have to cut me.
I don't appreciate that.
I'm doing my business. What you want? I got
David K. Concept Artist, is your June class still running at the moment? No, we are starting on the 15th. We're starting a new semester for sure. Mike?
Mm-hmm.
David K. says hi.
Hello, David. Hello. Welcome.
My name is David.
Hello, Michael.
I was created for this purpose. You guys remember Prometheus?
Right. The spicy was your imitation of David.
No, that was just my AI voice.
Prometheus was, you know what? Prometheus was probably one of the prettiest of the Alien movies, but sadly,
Oh, definitely. I love the aesthetic of it.
I love I love the ship. I even love how they used the ship as a weapon in the end. Like, just,
Yeah, it was pretty dumb.
Oh, by the way, spoilers, guys.
Yeah, when I wrote that, it was pretty much a natural conclusion for the archetypes that I put into the script. Basically, you know, the lesson of humanity, you know, that we're not the greatest thing in the world. You know, it just led itself to the natural conclusion of the ship being used as a weapon to defeat evil. Which is humanity's greatest achievement in the end, is to be evil and defeat it at the same time. So that's really what the movie's about. I'm glad you picked up on that, Eric.
Strapping it on, aren't you? Oh my god.
I often work with Ridley Scott.
We should do more speed sculpting sessions like this.
We got 6 minutes. We got 6 minutes.
6 minutes, everyone.
All right, settle down, Eric. All right.
My neighbor is trying to sleep.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
I thought you were gonna roofie this.
Shh.
David K, I should get back to my speed sculpts as well. Yeah, you definitely should. Eyes are going to be a pain for a while. They're still a pain to me. It still takes a while for me to get those. I should do that for my morning warm-ups once the anesthesia wears off. Yeah, definitely take some time to rest up.
Day to work on her. I think I could really polish her up and make her look nice, but
I say you're going to get your people to vote.
What?
Oh yeah, you're going to vote for the best. See who is the champion. Hey Spicer, do the voice.
I didn't know
We're going to see who's a champion of the XMD Academy. Was that okay?
Yeah, that was great. That'll work.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, so what, Ad? You're saying you would have worked harder if you knew you were competing?
Yeah.
Such a patriarchal thing to do. Patriarchals.
Your competition is a very patriarchal.
You should know that everything is a competition.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you know that?
Life is.
I'm gonna breathe more oxygen than you.
I win.
4 minutes.
All right, so for everybody in my chat, because my chat is obviously the best chat, Ad Lazy, can you tell people who you are, what you do, and what you got going on?
I'm Adrian. I am a concept artist or a character designer, animator. I love what I do. I'm really passionate about this stuff, and I have a course on XMD on how to get a character from zero. I'll help you do the concept, then I'll help you do the model, then the texturing, then the rigging, then everything, until you get that character in Unreal Engine 4.
And classes start on July 15th, so make sure you all register before July 14th for all these people's courses. Eric, can you let my chat know who you are, what you do, and what you got going on, please?
My name's Eric, and I am lead artist over at Collapse Industries. I'm also the guy that created Worlds Overrun tabletop 3D printing assets, and I'm doing a course on model preparation for 3D printing for FDM and SLA style printers. Yep. So, yeah, I hope you guys come check it out. If it's provocative, and you're gonna learn some things that you never expected.
Mm-hmm.
It's free.
Yep, and then we have Michael. Can you let people know who you are, what you do, what you got going on, brother?
I am the owner of XMD Academy, and XMD Source. XMD Academy, like Spicer said, we have 4 courses running on the 15th, which is Monday. If you would like to register, registration closes tomorrow. Wait, Sunday. Today. Yeah. Tomorrow. So, spaces are limited, so hurry up and register. And I'm sure Spicer can give you a link.
Mm-hmm. And everybody in the chat, you know who I am. I mean, come on. I'm the one-time CG channel, Frank Frazetta, digital sculpting champion of 2010, certified by Ryan Kingsland himself. All right? So just know that. Yeah, obviously you do because you're here. And, yeah, we got a course, character creation for collectibles over at XMD Academy. Going to teach you everything you need to know about the human body, male and female, face and body, even feet and hands, and how to sculpt laser guns as well. Okay?
Feet? Oh, man.
All right? So if you're into feet, you're going to love that video. All right? All right. So I'm going to call it on my stream. I want to congratulate Aniket and Suquant for winning the XMD Toolbox Lifetime subscription. And I'd like to thank Ad and Eric and Mike for putting all this together. And Mike, I appreciate all your work on the XMD Academy. It looks great. Make sure to go check it out at the xmdacademy.com and xmdsource.com as well. But that's it for me. And y'all want to say goodbye to my chat?
Oh yeah, goodbye, chat, and also thank you, Michael, for putting this
Goodbye to my chat.
together.